That was a very good presentation. What I wanted to ask you is that something that I'm seeing as a very common thing with product design is that ergonomics obviously is a huge, huge element and part of development of the project. But is there beyond ergonomics? Where do you get your inspiration for design? Because ergonomics definitely rule most of it because it has to be used by people. But where do you find your design inspiration? And because that's what I was thinking was something that needed more explanation. Because obviously a lot of times, and this is something being a Mumbaikar, I know that a lot of times furniture, street furniture especially like this, ends up encouraging a lot of bad habits that you shouldn't have. Like if you're not supposed to stand on a railing, period. Whether it's in front of a restaurant or do something. So there is I would like you to, tell me what would you be addressing? Are you trying to get rid of a bad habit, make a bad habit less bad? Or is there some design element that you get inspired by?
I think after looking at all these pictures, when I was doing my research previously, I realized that people might need a place on our pathways to just sit for some time, Here in India, I don't know if we find, because I have gone through this, I have gone out for taking pictures on the roads. When I was doing architecture, I have gone out, taking pictures here and there, running around, but not a single place to sit. So what I do is, if I have to have a bottle of water, I pick it up from the store, go and lean on the railing, and have a sip. But actually, then why not? Why not provide something good for a common man who's walking on the streets? Why not just provide a very simple furniture which is not misused actually? That's why I talked about just very basic minimum, because I think before we get into any elaborate designs, I think we should address very basic necessities of a common man.
I understand the common man thing. I'm saying, as a designer, where do you get inspired for the design, for the design part of it? Where do you get inspired?
I get inspired by a lot of materials. I think concrete is a very good material to work with. I think wood is a very good material to work with because I'm mostly working with wood now. And I get inspired from my daily observations. Really. I see all around. I look at the shape of a leaf or a shape of a tree. And all around us in the nature, I think we find so many inspiring things. I think that's my major inspiration whenever.
I like the street furniture, but tell me something. Since you want to help the common man, tell me, is this the primary focus of your career aspirations, or is this because you do know doing something like this and getting it passed and getting it done is almost like doing pro bono work, or not very, fulfilling commercially, but is that your primary focus, or?
See, right now, this is just my observation. What I thought, all designers should look at, but I don't know about how difficult it is going to be, but if given a chance, I would like to look into it. That's why, because there was a project which I was doing in between, which didn't work out, actually. I was designing, working on street furniture, and a lot of them, these ideas were from that, I was giving concepts to someone, but it didn't work out very well. Again, because of a few problems here and there, that they decided to just buy furniture from, markets, whatever people have, and put it there. So I think it is difficult, but it should not be impossible if we try.
Have you thought about how to try this? Because it is very interesting, and till this is not taking forward, it's a beautiful idea on paper.
I have, and that's the reason I'm here, because I think Home Review Design Quest can give me a very good platform. I think my ideas will reach to people, and something might come up with that. I think that's the reason I want to present this today.
Also the dustbin bit, you spoke about organic paper or some recyclable paper, but you do know that most of the waste that goes into dustbins on the street is mostly very organic, very wet and very filthy, and have you thought about that aspect?
I have not gone into so much detail. I just think maybe we could develop a product like that. This is a very conceptual stage that I'm talking about.
I'm very encouraged by your thinking. I mean, we definitely need more design focus in this area, because I think the Indian cities and the urban landscape kind of desperately needs simple solutions. I would just encourage you to go with this direction and follow your heart, go with this direction and really push, and there will be many obstacles, as Tejal has pointed out, along the way, but you have to find a way. I have been part of such initiatives myself in cities in Bangalore, where there are private public partnerships and those fall through. It's very frustrating, but I think this is an area where you really need to kind of we need to be all thinking more towards. Yeah.
And these pictures are really fascinating. They're beautiful pictures, and for me, I think some of these pictures and photographs are projects by themselves. I'm not going to comment on the design aspect, but I think one part of the process is also seeing and recording stuff, and this is very commendable, the stuff that you've done. Just a quick question, are these all urban scenarios, or have you ventured into rural India and recorded stuff?
I have ventured into rural India, but here I was talking about the urban scenarios. I haven't put those pictures. I have worked in a village where I have taken some pictures which you don't have here. But there I got very inspired by the way people use, I used to sit under the tree and work with the villagers. The way they used to work, it was very fascinating. But I don't have this picture.